Hey guys, Pankaj here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about an anonymous function, that is lambda function. So those who are watching this video first time, I would suggest please go back to my previous video where I have talked about how to define the Python function. Okay. So once you learn that concept, then only you should come back to this video. Otherwise you will not understand what is lambda and how it is going to. So let me show you the agenda today. I'll share my screen. Okay, so we'll see Python definition for lambda function, how to define lambda function, a lot of examples, and how to handle multiple arguments in the lambda function, how to use lambda along with if else condition, and how we can apply lambda for filter, map, and reduce inbuilt function, and a couple of interview questions. So let's see what is the definition. So Python lambda functions are anonymous function, means that the function is without a name. Okay, so if you see my previous video where we were using def keyword, where followed by a function name, then followed by argument, right? So here we are not going to use such def keyword. It will be lambda keyword. Using that, we are going to define an anonymous function. Okay, so let's see what is the syntax. So we have one lambda keyword, inbuilt keyword, followed by your argument 1, followed by comma, then argument 2, followed by comma, and you can have a number of argument. There's no limitation. Followed by colon and your expression which is going to be evaluated. Okay, so this is your syntax. Let's see one example here. So I'm going to create one variable which is going to hold the lambda object. Lambda I'm going to give it another variable x and y, followed by colon, and I'm going to evaluate x to the power y. Okay, now print lamb, see what is happening. So lambda object is created and it is showing function main lambda, which takes two mandatory argument x and y. Okay, so let's call it lamb 2 3, 2 raised to 3, that is 8. So if you see here, I'm not using any return keyword here, right? By default, lambda returns whatever is the output of the expression. Okay, in previous video we were talking about the Python function, right? There we use return keyword. So if any expression is providing some output and it needs to be used further, then you need to return it. But here in lambda, it is not required. That's how you use it. So you can write any kind of expression here which will be evaluated. And coming to the number of argument, says it doesn't have any limitation. The way we were passing in Python function, similar way you can pass in lambda also. Okay. Now let's see a couple of other examples. What happened if you make 2? So here it needs 2 argument, but you are passing 1, right? So it is going to throw similar kind of error what we have seen in previous Python function video. Okay, so this is mandatory, so all mandatory argument needs to be passed. What will happen if you pass extra argument? Same example, right? Similar kind of error will be thrown. Takes 2 positional argument, but 3 were given. So how to handle this kind of situation where extra argument have been passed? So there also we have something called star. So let's see how to handle it. I'll just comment it for you. You can execute and understand. So lamb1 equal to lambda comma y. Then we have something called z equal to x plus y plus, now z is going to store all the extra argument as tuple, right? So I can do indexing and get the value out of it. Sorry, not equal to this column. Okay, now let's call it lamb1 10 20 30 40. Okay, so x is taking 10 and y is taking 20, and out of 30 40 this is going to be a tuple. So 40 is nothing but z minus 1. So 10 20 30 plus 40, that is 70. Okay, that's how you use it. So how you can make this one of the variable as optional and non-optional, right? So here I'll just show you once again. I'll just define another function here to make it mandatory or non-mandatory, right? X will be mandatory and y I can pass some default value. So this will become non-optional or non-mandatory. Okay, now if you call it lamb 10, okay, 10 raised to 10 it is taking, because we are taking star double star, that is for power. I'll just use addition. Okay, so that's how you do that as a non-optional argument. If I provide any other value, then it will be overriding the predefined value. Okay, so 10 will be overridden by 100. So nowadays 110. Okay, so now in lambda we'll see how we can use if else condition also. So far we were using one expression, right? So let's use two expressions by using if else. If condition is true, this expression will be evaluated. If it is false, then another condition, whatever we are going to put in the else. So let's see the syntax first. Lambda, then x comma y. This is just one example. Okay, you can write any number of argument. I will rather write arg1, arg2, colon, expression if true, else expression if false. Okay, this is a syntax. So let's see one example. Lam equal to lambda x comma y. So I'm going to take power of x to the power y if given number, that is x modulo 2 equal to 0. Means if this condition is true, take the power of y. If it is true, else give some other expression like x to the power 3. I'm going to take the power of 3, cube of that number. Okay, so let's see what happens. Lam, I'm just going to give 2 comma 3. See what is happening. So x modulo x is what? 2. Modulo 2 equal to 0. Yeah, it is true. So it is going to take 2 raised to 3, that is 8. Now let's take another example. Now I'll make it 3. What will happen? So 3 modulo 2, it is not equal to 0. So this is false. So this expression is not going to execute. Okay. Only the else part, whatever expression you have written in the else condition, that will be executed. Okay. That's how you can use if and else inside the lambda function. Okay, so let's see how we can apply lambda over filter, map, and reduce. So guys, lambda, remember that it is very important to know how it works, because once you have, if you are going to work with very large data set, right, like millions of rows or columns are there, and you would like to transfer one particular column where millions of entries are there. So the best way to transform very quickly those values using the lambda function. Okay. So filter, map, reduce functions are very heavily used. So I'm going to show you how we can use it. So in my previous video where tips and tricks, I have talked about it, filter, map, and reduce. So those who have not watched, please watch and come back here. So how to use filter? So filter will return only those values for which expression is true. Okay. So I'm going to create one lambda equal to lambda x comma y column x. Let me just think some. Okay, I can give x modulo y. Okay, I think this should be okay. Take the only one single argument, and okay, so it is going to return those value where modulo 2 equal to 0. Okay, now I'm going to define one sequence. So let's say sequence is range up to 10. Okay, now how we can use filter? Filter, syntax of filter is filter, then inside it function. So function will be any function, right? User defined or any inbuilt function. So I'm going to use lambda and give the sequence. Okay, it is going to return me one iterator. So I just take c equal to this, and since c is iterator, I would like to see all the values. I can convert it into list. See here. So what is happening? I'm going to get 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, but I've given range equal to 10, right? What happened to odd number? The odd number is not satisfying this condition. Okay, so this is, so that's where filter comes into picture, right? It is going to filter only those values for which condition is true. So this is going to be true only for the even number. That's why you are getting this. Okay, So for example, if you take this not equal to 0, so this is another way to filter odd and even number using lambda function. Okay, so I'll just make it for you, all the things. Okay, this is about filter. Now map, what it does, you are going to do some operation over all the elements of the sequence, right? So how you can do that? I'm going to use same sequence. Maybe let me take lambda. Same example I'll take. Filter, then map. After that, reduce. Okay, so inside map, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take map, and instead of filtering, I'm going to take square of each value. Okay, no condition, because this is not a conditional statement, right? You are going to transform the whole value of that sequence with particular expression. So my expression is x is to the power 2. So take the square of all the numbers, whatever is defined. See here. Okay, so using this simple function, you can transform all the values. That's how you use it. Now let's talk about reduce. What it does, basically reduce. So those who have not seen previous video, please watch it. I have talked about reduce, map, and filter in detail. So basically reduce will take two arguments from the given sequence, perform some operation, and output will be combined with the next element of the sequence. Okay, and it will keep performing and it will finally provide the final output. So let's do that. So I'm going to take x plus, since it is going to take two arguments, you must have two arguments in the lambda plus 5. So I'm going to take the summation of all the values, whatever is there in the sequence. Okay, and one more thing to remember, reduce is not part of inbuilt function in the Python. We have to take some library. So I have something called import functools as ft. Don't worry about this. I am going to talk about this in next video. How to use import and how you can define user defined function and API. Now inside ft, I have something called reduce. And it is going to directly provide me the final output. So no need of return. I'm just going to print it. So define lambda, that is x plus y. Take the sequence and call the lambda inside reduce. Okay, so summation of all the number between 0 to 9 is 45. Okay, that's what it is going to do. If you want to perform some other operation, you can do this also. Since 0 is there, so of course multiplication of 0 with any number will be 0 only, right? You can take square. So again with 0 plus 1. Okay, so that's how we use it. So we have seen filter, map, and reduce. So please remember this, guys. This is very important whenever you are going to operate over large data set. Okay, so coming to interview questions, so what and all can be asked? So first of all, they will ask like, what is lambda function, why it is used, where exactly it is used. So best example is it is combined with filter, map, and reduce to handle the large data set and transform them very quickly. Okay, that is one thing. And another thing is like whether it supports multiple or whether it can handle multiple arguments. Yes, it can handle, which I have already shown you guys using star operator. Okay, so let me just try it. How to use and where it is used heavily. That is one question. Another question will be, arguments, right? So I have already shown you guys. You can refer the previous session here and you will understand. Okay, so yeah, that's all about Lambda function. This will be very helpful. Please learn it and please pause the video and practice in your notebook in parallel and try to understand more. Okay, if you don't understand and you are having any doubt, please feel free to drop a comment in the video. I'll definitely help you guys to understand it better. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much. And those who have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.